Hello and welcome to the CGS Podcast, where we'd like to help you connect to, grow in, and serve God better. My name is Chris Rathbone, the host of the CGS Podcast, and I'm so glad that you joined us today. Let's get into it. All right. Just so you know, I do something goofy before we start every time. Usually I dance to the music, or today I did this move because I've got to get hyped up. It's a long day. Wednesdays are long. I mean, if we're going to be full transparency, we're all out of gas. But you got to hype up. So
I drive a hybrid.
Let's go!
Everybody do one of these if you're watching.
I got a hybrid. So.
See, this is me when Daniel tells me to use my hands during worship. I'm like, yeah, okay. Anyways, good to be back. It's good because I really like the new format, the new place, and we're getting feedback.
Yeah.
So the feedback's been kind of fun. Last week, of course, we had the big blooper where I thought I screwed the whole thing up, and I was like, all right, we're done. Let's just go home.
Start over.
Next week will be really good. But it was good, and it was kind of funny. And then several people came to me and approached me about the fact that I didn't know much about ficus trees.
Oh, man.
Everybody had, in fact, tonight, during our class tonight, somebody had something to say about ficus trees.
Well, I mean, Vicky, my mother-in-law, Jacob's
Yes.
mom, was like, I can't believe Jacob doesn't know about this. We had a ficus tree. We moved it around all these places. But he just didn't know the name because
It was Benjamin.
It had a
It was
different
Benjamin
name.
tree.
No, it was the tree named Benjamin.
Just the guy.
It was just it's
His-
Benjamin. Yeah,
He had a soul.
yeah,
The
that
tree had a
was your
soul.
other brother.
yeah.
Now, there's got to be a story behind Benjamin, right?
I don't know.
He was just always there.
Yeah, and then he died.
He was there, and then he wasn't anymore.
I think
The
we
end.
needed to put him in a bigger pot, and we couldn't find one or something.
Because he had gotten so big.
Yeah.
He outgrew all the pots.
And then he just it's like this.
Yeah.
You know, when we get plants in here on the day we debut them, maybe we should have Vicky here as
You
the
know
guest
what?
speaker.
Well, like podcasts do like a big 100th episode.
Yes.
I think this one's 91. So like maybe for our 100th episode, that could be like the big reveal.
I
that
love it.
We get plants.
I can't believe we're almost to 100.
Because like, let's just be honest, we can't go all out like some of these other ones can.
We gotta
Oh, wait. What do other people do?
I don't know. Like some people do like a live show.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I don't know that we really want to do that.
Yeah, what are like take questions?
I mean, we could invite like Victoria
Yeah, that's a good one.
and Zane. Invite your parents to come.
Yeah.
Our biggest fans.
I feel like we would have to do it on not a Wednesday night after service. Though.
Why is it?
Is this an inconvenient time
Yeah,
for
is this
people?
not good?
Well, I don't know if we did like Zane.
What if we did it during Wednesday night service? We did a live podcast.
That might be a little bit better.
All of the youth could come and they
We
could.
have a segment where they hit each other with pool noodles.
Yes. No, they just do it the whole time, so it simulates
This
what
is
it's
youth
like,
is like
to be in class on Wednesday nights.
We did not get out pool noodles this week, and we have not gotten out games until after 8. Today
Hey,
was
tonight-
8:04.
Was considerably better.
Yeah, we gave them paper cups. You know what they did with them? They
Hit each other with
They
them.
threw them at each other. Just like,
I
mean,
know that this is the first time you've
not shocked
said
by
that
any of
anything
this.
was wrong. I've been waiting for some feedback on the noise, and no one has given me any.
It hasn't been bad. The
But
first night was
I
like,
have watched.
I don't know about the choice here, but
It was
all right.
7:56. I was like, we're supposed to be done at 8. We've been quiet for a long time,
yeah, it was fine.
and it's been after 8 every other week. So
was fine.
I'm holding.
No, tonight was great. Even like the loud part was like, I didn't even notice it.
The pool noodles do get out of control, but they are so fun.
yeah,
There's a time and place for pool noodles.
that's what they ask for. It's like, what do you
I
want to do?
told them no tonight.
Pool noodles.
I mean, the foyer is like a wide open, basically padded but not padded room. I guess there's TVs in there, but
Yeah,
that'd be all right.
probably not.
Okay, I mean, we could move youth in there.
Not
There's
the whole time,
TVs.
just like when they beat each other.
So that I have to clean up 3 rooms.
No, they're honestly, it's fine. It's fun. In fact, tonight's topic, I wanted to give the youth a shout out. Tonight's we're covering our core value of lead from the front, and tonight I felt like the youth group, and I haven't said this about our youth group very much in the past, but tonight I felt like we kind of turned a corner during worship. They all sat up front, which they typically do, but it was like I even heard them say like lead from the front, and that was a thing. So I was pretty proud of them tonight.
I made a big point last week. Like they're always, everybody's really excited to talk and everybody's competing to get their story told right when youth starts. And so I was like, yeah, go ahead. Can't wait to hear it. And I moved my chair far away and acted like I wasn't paying attention. And they like wouldn't keep talking. I was like, go ahead, I can hear you. But like, it's like, this is what you look like. We're not doing this.
Right. I mean,
they got it, I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe
they're just humoring me.
The difference between a week where they do that and a week where they're all in the back laying down or playing with their pajama pants.
And they don't feel, they're like, I haven't done anything wrong. Why does it matter? But like, I'm just trying to talk about like your physical and your spiritual are connected. Like on a range of I'm scowling and I'm excited. Could you just pick a middle? Be aware that your physical appearance matters.
Posture is a thing.
It changes.
As I'm sitting here with terrible posture, but sorry. It is a thing that we should be aware of. It is a thing. We
I don't know. Maybe
posture.
Jacob thought my illustration last week didn't go over that well, but I was pretty proud of it.
It seemed to work, I guess.
We did it one week. We
Honestly,
talked about
like,
these are our seats.
Great results. I mean, out there, it was. I'm pointing towards the sanctuary. I can see it through my window.
I think I made a point to a couple of our leaders, and they do a good job of leading from the front. I didn't have to say anything tonight. Everyone was like, all right, where are we sitting? Here we go. Like they were in agreement with each other.
Well,
so
here today on the CGS podcast, I want to shout them out. Good job, guys.
Make sure they know about it.
Yeah, I was proud of them today. And so like we get feedback. We talked about the e-bike last week.
Yeah.
E-bike secured. We got it.
If you didn't come tonight, you really missed it. He had it out in the sanctuary.
Yeah, it took a couple laps, victory laps, It's like, just got to celebrate.
Yeah.
The Lord had greatly blessed me with a wild hog.
There was no need to show off or brag in your motivation at all.
I'm probably going to be wearing leather jackets mostly from now on.
Wait, do you have a leather jacket? Or you got to procure one of those
I don't have a black one. I need to get a black one.
No, you need the members only jacket that Jim Carrey wore in Dumb and Dumber.
It may have a closer resemblance to that. But I feel like it kind of looks like a hog. Should I call him?
Yeah. Why not?
I'm not doing that. But I might wear black leather. Get some chaps. Just come walking around like, hey, been riding.
We need 100% of the chaps, not.
Yeah, I mean,
we don't need part chaps.
Total coverage. Yeah.
And that's it. This is our last episode. We got canceled for that comment.
It's late, guys. This is what happens. So if you want CGS podcast, this is what you get. But yeah, so when you hear the phrase "lead from the front," what image comes to your mind?
Well, when you say lead from the front, what I imagine is I think back to when I was in the old Boy Scouts, and you're like going on a canoe trip, and it's like there's the front canoe that kind of leads the path, or walking down the trail, guy making sure you're going
getting
down
all
the
the
trail.
spider webs in his face.
Getting all the spider webs, following the little markers and all that, setting the pace for the group.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't really heard lead from the front before here. I always heard lead by example.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah.
Which is kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Kinda,
I mean, yeah. Yeah, and we'll get more into why we named it that in a minute. But I think the illustration I used in my sermon when I presented this we did a series last year on our core values, and I think was it Sam Elliott, the actor? We Were Soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
Where he comes and there's the photographer laying on the ground. He's crying, and he comes up and is like, "You ain't gonna take pictures from down there, Sonny," or something like that. I can't remember, but it's just the imagery of it just sticks in my head where there's gunshots going everywhere. He's on the ground in the puddle crying, and he's just standing there, straight up, calm as can be, and everyone's like, war is happening everywhere, and he's just like a calm presence. And from then on, the guy is able to get his composure, and if he can just stand there like that, like it's his living room,
Yeah.
like he just woke up, then that's fine.
Sam Elliott is awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's great
Love
actor.
I think a lot about like lead from the front, the times I've seen people who didn't have to do something, like they could have made somebody else do it, but they were willing to do the job that nobody wants to do. Like what a big example it is. And that's not exactly leading.
Where it's like you probably should do it, but everyone's kind of like sitting around.
And then somebody's like, okay, I'll take care of this. And like,
Yeah, and it's the
It's a
last
motivator.
person that should. Like a couple times where we're all joking. I remember, like, I can't even remember where I was, but where we were all joking about how terrible of a job that would be to go have to do that, and I don't want to be the guy. And we're all like, nose goes and all that,
Yeah.
and joking around. And then the senior pastor comes in and he goes and just does it.
yes, exactly.
And it's like we all felt like, ugh.
That was not his job
That's
of
not what
any
he
of
should
us.
do, but man, now I feel like, wow. And like it changes everything. Like you're like, oh wow,
he's not too good to do this. I'm not too good to do
I should
this.
have volunteered.
Yeah.
Like if he can do it, I mean, why am I not doing it?
Yeah.
So the wording of this, it comes from growing up when you were a leader. I don't know if like in church we just didn't have as many roles. Like I don't remember. I mean, we had a greeter, but typically they just were someone that was handing out the bulletins. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just like young. I was young. I didn't really understand the workings of a church. I knew we had ushers and we had choir people, and like there was things like that. But it seemed like at some point someone would get on the inside, like they were like in.
Oh yeah.
They were like they were in the pastor's posse. They were like in his crew,
That's what you get put on your jacket.
Pastor posse. Yeah, the 1%.
Sorry,
man.
you were making a good point.
That would be bad,
That's on me.
No, but like, yeah, you would get promoted. It seemed like, and you were in the inner circle, and so as the pastor's like leading in like an overall like method or whatever, it may seem like he's not doing anything, but he's taking care of things, and his crew would just kind of be around him, and they weren't actually doing anything. It's like they kind of promoted themselves. Maybe they became a deacon, so they thought they were over doing small jobs, and their job was bigger, and so they would just kind of be around the outside. But you would see it in churches. They would be in the foyer, the lobby. They'd be sitting out there, and they wouldn't come into church, or they'd be on the back wall, leaned up, just kind of like keeping lay of the land, making sure everything's going on. But they weren't like getting in there and leading. Like when worship's going on, they're doing something more important in the back. Like, oh, I got to make sure there's toilet paper in the dispensers. It's like, oh, this trash needs taken out, and I need to, like, everything was so important.
That's the
other than the
whole
main
reason
thing.
we're here. Could you come join in?
Yeah,
Worship
and like
with us.
when you would have to like taking the trash out or taking care of those things is important, right? But during worship and during the sermon, so like you'd have guys that would come to church. Like I said this on Sunday, like that they'd been at church for 40 years, and they'd maybe sit through like 10 or 12 sermons. Like they were not a part of the like spiritual part of church. They were just in the pastor's posse. And so I kind of like envision this like people, like these leaders, but they were along the back. But that's not inspirational. Like my inspiration wasn't to be like brother so-and-so who was in the back. Mm-hmm. Even though he may have been the most influential voice on the board, well, who cares? Like, so? So you helped us decide if we're going to choose green or brown carpet. Like,
How many more ficuses can we get this year?
how many? What's our ficus budget? Yeah. Are we going to, I don't know, think about our board meetings. Like, are we going to pay for a window to get put in? Okay, so you had a lot of say in that, but
All of that's
what
like so
happened?
secondary to
Yeah.
the Lord.
What actually changed? What actually changed in the kingdom? And to me, the people that inspired me and led by example and are the ones that were in the front. They were in the front row physically, but they were also in the altars, and they were there before service, between services, and after service. And it wasn't like a show. It wasn't like me on my wild hog riding around hot dogging before service. Having fun.
You looked awesome. It was cool.
But they were doing it in servitude, and when I was a kid, like I just wanted to be that. I wanted to be that guy, like because of what he represented. It wasn't that he was doing anything for himself, but he was doing it for us. Honestly, it was for our benefit, and man, that's what I want. That's what I want to be, and that's what I want to bring up in this church is leaders who lead from the front and that do it like Jesus. They put others above themselves. So I've seen it. I mean, my youth pastor, Daryl, who we've had on the podcast and has been here at church before, was my guy who I consider someone who leads from the front. And even today, like he's like the superintendent of Assembly's of God in Oklahoma, and he doesn't need to call me and check up on me or send me encouraging texts because I'm not in his district, but he still does.
Yeah.
And he still reaches out, and that means so much to me, and he doesn't have to. But that's what leading from the front is. It makes those kind of things make a difference. So where have you seen this in your life?
Well, I think about like the 5th and 6th graders when I was growing up that were helping in kids' church, and that meant hanging out and talking to each other at the back of the room. And like they were supposed to be helping, but what were they doing? And like how I've always wanted to avoid that in kids' church. Like, don't say you're going to come help and then just play around back there. But I have several of the youth volunteers who it's like, I just trust them to take care of whatever. I don't even have to ask. They're like, oh, are we going to clean this up? Oh, if they see somebody distracted, they're going to help them get back on task. They're going to say the memory verse. They're going to be participating. And just like how much help that is. And they don't have to. It's work. They're having to mess with little kids or, even older kids. But their example in actually working, they're not just back there to get out of service. Like, it makes such a big difference, and it really contrasts with even when I was in 3rd or 4th grade being like, oh, the older boys just get to pal around at the back. And that wasn't helping,
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a difference in the culture of maybe church. And we talked about it already, but just the difference between people sitting all the way on the back. And there's nothing wrong with where
if
you
the
sit.
church is full, there's somebody has to sit on the last row.
That's not a thing. It's just when it's not, and it's just obvious that it's not even the fact of where you're sitting; it's the posture of what you're doing.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, it's just so distracting for me as I'm the one looking at you, and
everything about your body says, I don't want to be here.
I don't care at all about this or what you're saying.
And like maybe you do care a little bit, but you're so worried about not looking like you care too much.
Yeah.
Like that, I don't know. That I know what you're talking
the
about.
tone of a room means a lot. I mean, Daniel can probably speak to this, but like when you are leading worship, I'll trying to avoid an illustration from this Sunday. Things that I still, I'm not going to use it, but there's something I saw this Sunday. It was just like, man, that's not vibing with me right now. It's not like adding energy to the room. But like when you see, what do you see? What do you feel like adds to the atmosphere when you see happening in a room.
I mean, people being engaged, especially you. Like, one thing that I don't think I've talked about with you guys, but I think about all the time is like, there are two things I can't stand: pastors who don't engage in worship and worship leaders who don't engage in the message.
Yeah.
When you have those two things, though, like, you have not just the worship leader, but the worship team as a whole, too. Like, they're sitting in the message. They're engaged. They're listening. And the pastor or pastors are somewhere normally at the front, and they're visibly engaging in worship. I mean, for me, that's a good gauge of what's happening in the room, like what God's doing, because it's just that response and seeing it kind of, I don't know, just seeing more people engaging, like they're singing. They don't have to be lifting up their hands, but I love it when they do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's been a couple of years, but I probably still owe you an apology. I had such a bad Wednesday, nothing about church, but like I was sitting on the front row right in front of Daniel, and I know my face and my body were not engaged at all. And like halfway through, I was like, oh, Daniel can see me. I should like get it together. And I'm so sorry.
I mean,
like I was scowling. I know I was. And I'm sorry it wasn't about church. I just hadn't got rid of my day yet, but it was such a weird feeling that night that I was like, oh, Daniel can see you. Like, you're not helping.
Well, I mean, at least I didn't do with you what I did with the boys. That what was it? The
Come
first
off the
Wednesday
stage, yeah.
night? Come off the stage.
Hey,
They probably needed it. That was put the fear in them. We can see you.
that was pretty good. That was just
We
one
can
of
see
those
you.
like church family moments. Like, if you're not a church family, you can't do that.
Wasn't your kid sitting there too? I mean, it's your.
We don't need to identify.
Yeah, we don't need to identify who was
saying.
involved.
You had the authority to take care of whatever was
Yeah,
happening over
it's
there, and
funny.
it was good.
It's funny. I've been enjoying worship being on this side more on Wednesdays. I thought I was really going to love it over there, but I've enjoyed it more over here. Couldn't tell you what the big difference is. But
It's a lot harder for me to go out and do that, so it's probably better.
Easier for you to stay on stage.
And I'm not as easily distracted.
yeah,
things
I don't
like
know. Maybe it's some comfort thing probably, but
Yeah.
there's such a difference when sometimes I go to the back of the room because something happens and I got to go take care of it. And Sunday, the iPad started freaking out, and I thought, wonder if it's this or that. Anyway, so I went to the back to kind of just like peek what was going on, and I looked over the room, and there was a little bit of a smaller. It wasn't a small crowd. We used to have much smaller crowds,
Yeah.
but it wasn't as big as the week before, obviously. But it was just like, man, there are a few people that energize the room, and it's very interesting to see like the sections that they are sitting in seem to add fuel to the fire in them. And it's almost like, I don't want to like manipulate things, but there is something to leading from the front. And if you get your strong leadership, the ones that are all in, like they're bought in, they're good leaders, and they demonstrate worship, not in like a flags and streamers and kind of like, if flags and streamers is it, then that's fine, whatever. But I hope it's not. It's very distracting, and I'm visually that would be so distracted. But man, something about your hands raised up and surrender. It's like, this isn't for others. This is for the Lord. Because if it's for others, like that's not how I'm showing off. And maybe that's in church culture, that could be a thing, I guess. But I don't think we really have that culture to where you get bragging points around here for raising
Yeah.
your hands or showing out during worship, but man, something about energetic worship and just like the posture of which if it's not a blank stare and you're not singing, like that is tough.
You can do that at the Amp. If you want to go watch and be entertained, go to the Amp, go to a venue like that. But if you want to worship, come here. I've said it before, worship isn't a spectator sport. It's a get in
Yeah.
and engage.
And I get that, like, not everybody is like on the same place in their faith, and that's not to say if you don't flail your arms and sing at the top of your lungs that you aren't mature in your faith either. Everyone does it different. I get that, but whatever it means to passionately worship the Lord, to glorify God, do that. And I mean, if that's stare at Daniel, then I guess that's what that is. But it's hard for me to say what is and what isn't. But man, I would ask myself, is that my best that I have for the Lord?
Honestly, for me, as a worship leader who, and you know, we've had this conversation. I treat that platform very seriously.
Yeah.
And it's not a place for entertainment. So whenever I do get the blank stares, I start wondering, okay, am I doing something wrong? Am I taking away the spotlight from Jesus? And, you know, is it becoming the me show, the Daniel show? Then I see other people who are, I don't know, it's weird. It's weird for me to just be stared at in worship.
Yeah.
It's
the same thing to preaching to a dead room.
yeah.
I mean, like, you're not getting the nods, you're not getting any kind of feedback. Like, it's just, are we done yet?
There's a difference between like not being super demonstrative and a blank stare. Like there's something in between there because like there are lots of people who are like, oh, I was very moved. My face just doesn't show it. And I like, that's different than it almost takes more effort to actively not participate. And that's what I think we're talking about. And I mean, why come to church for that? I mean, God designed us to be in community with each other, and he said we're supposed to set apart a day and not, forsake meeting together because there is something. It's not just for the people on the stage. It's not just us. That was the design, that corporate worship, corporately studying the word together makes a difference. That being 2 or 3 gathered together is different than just on your own. Like, not that on your own is bad at your house every day, but like there's something about corporate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I want to ask Jacob this question.
All
And
right.
this is a tough question, and maybe we'll circle around because you can come up with an answer. Because I kind of want to know. You're not an expressive person,
I'm not.
so like, I think we need this insight from you, because I am an expressive person. I'm not. I mean, it's not that uncommon for me to get moved into tears, and I've never seen you do that during worship.
Well, yeah, I mean, I have in this building. But,
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, what does a worship, like leading from the going all in and glorifying God, look like for a non-expressive type?
Yeah, okay. So I think I probably come across, this is probably why you're asking me, I think I probably come across as having a fairly blank stare a lot of the time.
I don't actually know because I don't watch you worship.
That's true.
But I know you.
You're facing the other direction.
I know you, and I just know you're. It's just hard for me to
serious
picture
face.
Yeah.
you. Anyways, yeah.
But
I don't want to take.
what's kind of going through my head is worship for me is kind of like how do you say this? Maybe like a quasi prayer time.
Yeah.
Where I'm thinking a lot about, the week, what's going on with me, through the whole thing. So I'm kind of, because I'm not that musically inclined.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I don't really care that much for music.
Music doesn't really move you.
No.
You talk about songs that you like or songs that
It's
you
not
think
that I
have a good
hate
message,
music, and
but
there's-
you're not like
but-
I can't wait to sing at the top of my
Yeah.
lungs to this song.
I come home and she's
I really
listening
want to
to.
go see Ben Rector this weekend.
I come home and Libby's been listening to the same song on repeat for the last 4 hours,
Don't
and
tell
I'm
people
like,
that.
That's been a good one.
well, it's a different song every day.
I get one, and it helps me concentrate. It doesn't distract me. I'm just focused, and the song is
That
pleasant.
would make my mind explode.
I couldn't do it for 30 minutes.
Try living with my son for 1 hour.
I can imagine.
I don't want to listen to the same song over and over when I'm not doing something.
It's- you
it's
just-
the noise that I need to like keep focusing.
Okay.
Like when I'm doing accounts payable, and you listen to Fancy and like how she's gonna make it one day, and I'm like paying somebody's bills. Just really makes me motivated to pay their bills.
I've heard this song way too many times, and I've never played it myself.
Reba, she sings it.
Yeah.
Paying bills to Fancy is pro tip.
Gosh.
But yeah, that's what's kind of going through my mind is I don't know. I guess I don't know. I have an analytical mind.
Yeah.
So I'm analyzing things during worship.
Yeah, so if
Like-
you are listening to this conversation, you're thinking, well, what about me? Like, I'm not a very expressive worshiper. Does that mean that I don't worship? No, that's not what I'm saying, and that's why I wanted to bring your insight into this, because it's just different. But are you doing it in a way to glorify God? That's why we exist. We exist to glorify God. And if we all come together as a church to unify around that, like we come to glorify God. That's why we come and we gather. And if we set aside time that this 20, 25 minutes, whatever it is, we are going to glorify God with the best energy we have. All we're asking is for, if you consider yourself to be a leader, to be someone who wants to lead others into the presence of God, to glorify God in the best way that you know how. And if that's all inner, then more power to you, and that's fine. All we're asking is for your best. And that's what I think. If we had a culture of leadership that leads from the front, and we consider that leadership term pretty broad. Anybody who serves, anyone who has influence is a leader. And so that's what I'm talking about. It's like, do you give your best? Look at this verse. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1. It says, it's so weird how they did this. It's like 11, but the verse is actually in 10. Anyways, it says, and you should imitate me just as I imitate Christ. Look it up. You'll understand what I'm talking about. 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 1.
Well, the chapters didn't exist originally.
Yeah, so I just don't know why they chose the break there, but it's interesting. And anyway, it says, and you should imitate me as I imitate Christ. So this can be a very uncomfortable verse if you really think about what it's asking you to do. It's saying, like, he's saying, follow me because I'm following the Lord. Like, that's quite a responsibility to take on, but it's scripture. Like, shouldn't we model what he's doing here? And so, man, would you be willing to say that to somebody? Like, I don't know how to worship. I don't know what to do. It's like, well, do what I do. Are you willing to say that? Like, I don't know that I am. That's a hard one, right? That's tough to me. But Paul doesn't say, listen to me. He says, watch me. And, there are areas in my life that I would be nervous if people just like watched me, Anyway, but what if someone copied your worship habits, your serving habits, your engagement level in church? Would that help or hurt their faith?
I mean, that's a tough question. That you have a responsibility to the other people around you. You can't just
Yeah, and as church members, like our mission here is to help people connect to, grow, and serve God. So connecting, growing, and serving are things that we want our leadership to lead in, to lead others in. So, man, if you are in church leadership and you're asking yourself, if somebody came in and they wanted to grow in their faith, would I be able to say, if you want to grow, do this, live like me, and you will grow? That's a tough one. If you want to connect, do what I do, and you'll be connected to the body. Man, do I do that? Do I live like that? If you want to serve like me, and then you'll learn how to serve in the church, in the kingdom of God. That's pretty tough, but that's part of the culture that we really want to change. So we talked about it a little bit, but like physical positioning communicates values. So front row, I mean, that's an obvious one. We've already touched on that, but like, do you tend to let jobs be promoted past you, or like you're promoted past the jobs rather, you know? You want to pass on that responsibility, let somebody take on that one. I don't know.
I think about it's really hard to ask somebody else to do something that you're not willing to do. I don't know. I just keep thinking about the prep and cleanup of the food truck, or like taking the trash out, or making sure something is done. You can't be like, oh, this trash smells. Why isn't somebody taking it out? It's like, okay, well, you noticed it. You take the trash out, you know, like those sorts of things. I think are big leadership, like who's willing to show up early, to think about it outside of time, or do you just show up and like, okay, what's my job? Like, that's a difference in leadership and not thinking about it that way.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was really talking about posture. We already kind of covered that earlier, just with like
at where you sit.
Not necessarily where you sit, but just like the way that you do things and carry yourself. Like,
like if you're walking through it, like you're doing it, but you're mad the whole time.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I mean, attitude, like that's a big, I
don't know. I've cleaned out the church closet several times, so I was very mad. No one was there to watch me, because it always happens late at night.
No one's watching.
But
that helps. But you did it, because if no one's watching, most of the time everyone's like, I was never here.
You just start moving one thing. It's like, while I'm here, I'm just going to drag all this stuff out.
I know. I struggle with that too. And part of it's like, if you're the only one around all the time, you just get frustrated with it. It's like, man, I wish I had help. I wish there was more people around here that could help me do some more of these things. And
I mean, some of it was like, I have to clean up my own stuff. I wasn't mad at other people. I'm just
yeah. I mean, it's the same thing here.
This
it's like,
closet is out of control.
It's like, man, why is it like this? Why is there still a box to the heavens over in the corner of my office?
Tower of Babel.
Well, I'll tell you, because the trash can's full. Oh, man. I found out we get fined $220 if the lids don't close on the trash can.
And let me close all the way.
It's happened a few times, yeah. Learned that one the extremely expensive hard way.
Did that happen at the last building?
No, it's like the landfill over there.
Yeah.
They just took it all. Of course, I don't know, maybe the landlords were getting fined.
Why didn't they yell at us?
There's no way they were getting fined every week.
It wasn't us doing it, but that dumpster was often.
Oh, always full. Yeah, the neighborhood would dump in it.
Yeah.
Which they won't do that around here. They get their picture posted on the dumpster of shame.
Wow.
I did that. I'm sorry, neighbor, but don't dump in our trash can. We'll get fined.
Oh, man.
What were we talking about? Posture. Okay.
Being mad, cleaning stuff out, even if it's your own fault.
Yeah.
What other posture?
Well, I think we can learn a lot from like Jesus. The posture of the reward, the kingdom reward is demotion, not promotion, and that one's hard for people. Wait, what? The kingdom reward, like the ultimate goal in the kingdom of God, is achieved through demotion and not promotion. So if you look at Mark chapter 10, verse 42,
First we last we first.
there you go. So Jesus called them together and said, you know that the rulers in this world lord over their people, and the officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be the first among you must be slaves to everyone else. For the Son of Man come not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for many. I want to read that in the King James. It's so hard. Some verses, it's just like you memorize it differently. But, yeah, I mean, like, that's really what we're after. Like, are you willing to put your own stuff aside to lead others into the kingdom, into the presence? And whatever that means, whether that's volunteering on a team that it's not your first choice or your last choice to serve on
But you understand the vision. It's important.
You know that it's important. It's like, man, I do not want to go hang out with kids on a Sunday or something, It's like,
that's crazy because it's the best. I'm
not saying me personally, I'm just saying like maybe that's what someone's thinking, like, I'm not good with kids. I don't want it, but like, okay, the next generation is so important. And there's not a lot of next generation out there. Like, the people are there, but they're not being brought to church. And we don't have an infinite number of children that are going to be coming and replacing us. We have to shepherd them, and it's so important. That's just an example of, like, I'm willing to do something that I don't particularly care for and go watch cartoons about Bible stories or, serve snacks and clean up stuff. And
every song has motions.
Yeah, not emotions guy.
Which is hilarious because you want people to participate.
I know, right?
In worship.
My emotions are like this. This is about all I got. Maybe you like a little bit of this.
Just remember the old waves of mercy.
I didn't do it.
Waves of,
I was like, I'm not doing that.
I don't know it.
You came from heaven to show the way. That's a good one.
That's a good one. We need to throw that one in there. See if anyone does it.
Oh.
Who would do the motions?
I don't think I could sing it without doing the motions. I don't know the words unless.
Who out there? I mean, you would do it, but you wouldn't be in there. I'm trying to think who would do it.
Nicole
might.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Nicole and Jacob might do it together.
Yeah. If Victoria knew them, she would do it.
Yeah, we don't know if her church did it.
What's her church lineage? Did they do that song there? I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like it's a song that was everywhere.
Should I pull my wind voice out again and ask that question in my wind voice? No, probably not. Anyways.
Okay, posture. I thought of another. You tell me if this is a good example. But like, even when you're not at church, a posture of like towards your coworkers and your neighbors and stuff, like whether you're like, I don't want to talk to you ever, or like an open posture, like the leadership there. I mean, maybe that's not as physical, but like an emotional and mental posture of like, these are the people that Jesus cared about. Like that really changes.
Yeah,
like everybody can say, we got to tell people about Jesus. We need people to get saved. We want more people in heaven. The world needs help. But like leadership is a posture of, these are my people that I have influence with.
Yeah, all of this, like, so these are our core values, but these are life values. Like, these are things that go so much further than serving at a church. I mean, that's really honestly the smallest part of it. We serve at a church so we can shepherd people. If they are willing to come to church, we want to make sure that we create a clear highway for them to go to Jesus and to find Jesus. So like we have all these systems, all these roles and these jobs, these leadership things, but ultimately it's about us and who we are and our soul. Like who are we? Are we in Christ? And you're right, exactly. Are we doing the same thing to create a highway that leads people to Christ in our church? Are we doing the same thing in the rest of our life? Is our life leading people?
I'm not sure
by
that
example?
Mine is. That's tough because I come here and like I'm on for like conversation, for connection, all of that. But sometimes it's like, oh, my neighbor's outside. I hope they don't say hi to me today. Like,
Yeah.
like you're not ready for that. I'm not thinking about it as I need to be on for Jesus right now, you know.
It's a tough one.
We kind of talked about it at work today, even. I mean, it wasn't in a religious way, but talking about, like, okay, you're at work and a problem comes up, and what's your response to it? What's your posture towards it? Are you like, oh, great, here we go again? Or is it, okay, let's find a solution, and let's, you know, and pretty easy to tell what kind of worker you want to have. You know?
It goes deep because, like, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. We exist to glorify God. Are you glorifying God in the way that you work? And if you're a terrible example of leading in your workspace, are you leading people towards Christ? Or are you really leading them to have a terrible opinion of who you are?
Yeah.
If you're in Christ, I mean, everything you do should be in excellence and in servitude, and that's tough.
I've had coworkers who, like, you don't want to ask people what their faith is, but they just say enough stuff in the problem times. It's like, I wouldn't be surprised to find out that they go to church, that they're believers. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you find out, like, oh, hey, I'm going to a mission trip with my church. I'm going to be off these days. And it's like, I knew it. Even though you never said church words, you didn't quote a Bible verse at me, you just, the way you handled even bad days, even things when they didn't go right, the way you handled it.
And you want to avoid, with everything in your soul, your body, everything that you are as a person, you want to avoid being that exact example in the opposite.
Yeah.
Like, I knew it, you're a Christian. I hate Christians.
Yeah.
They're terrible.
Typical.
Yeah. Like, ugh. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with you. You just confirmed everything that I thought about Christians. Like, yeah, that's exactly the opposite of what you want.
You know who gets, Sunday lunch crowd? It's probably just because we go out to eat together. It's hard to serve a table with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
But, man,
I struggle with the table thing because, like, I want to be, like, really kind to the wait staff, and I want to, like, know them. Like Sergio at Las Fajitas.
Love you, Sergio.
I know. And Maybeth, and I know a lot of them over there. But, like, sometimes when I'm at dinner with church family after, like, we're talking about really important things, and you're, like, locked in, and they're like, would you like more chips? It's like...
You just haven't...
What?
Yeah.
Yes, more chips, please.
I make sure I say I'm sorry a lot on Sundays.
I know. I want to be kind.
It's like, I know we're being a lot right now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and sorry, I've been here for 4 hours. Please bring me more chips. This is lunch and dinner.
They should just have, like, the Brazilian steakhouses.
I've never been to one.
I haven't either, but I know,
we should go.
You can get, it's like
anything.
A green card means bring
more.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Red card, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Casa Bonita. Raise the flag. Sorry, nobody else gets that.
I just can't help but, like, the only other person who's ever talked about it is my dad, so.
Oh.
Yeah, or if you watch South Park, apparently it's famous in South Park.
Oh.
I'm not a big South Park guy.
I don't watch that because I'm a Christian.
I've never seen it because I'm a Christian. Yeah. No thanks, I'm a Christian.
Okay, this is, if we're to the joking part again, and you were making such a good point.
Good, yeah.
But Jacob and I have some good friends who, like, we really admired them in a lot of their life, but they liked the Patriots, and it always really bothered Jacob of, like, how can you be a believer and raise your kids to be Patriots fans? And I always thought that was
Can't
so
see how these two things
They're
could.
cheaters.
How could they go together?
They take every advantage. You cannot possibly like the Patriots and love Jesus.
Those two things do not coexist.
I was thinking about the other day because they're totally different. Because that was during the Belichick and Tom Brady, like, you know. Yeah. And so now they're totally different. Does it still apply? I don't know. We haven't talked about it, but be a leader even in what sports teams you like.
Yeah,
like the Chiefs.
I really like kind of how we've ended this to kind of bring it into a broader point in life. And I got some other notes, but I really feel like the broader life perspective is probably a better, more appropriate ending to this podcast, and just challenge you to lead from the front, not only in church, not only in your faith, but in your work. Everything that you do, glorify God, which is really what this boils down to. It's like, everything you're doing, are you glorifying God in a way that you can imitate Christ? Just as Paul said, we want to imitate Christ and lead others by example as you imitate Christ. So anyways, we want to lead from the front. Hey, side project. I do this for fun. Has nothing to do with the church. I literally just think it's fun. But every sermon that I've preached this year so far, I've made a song that goes with it. And it's not 100%. I do a lot of the writing, and it comes from my sermon, and then I put it into an app, and it creates a song. And they're fun. So it's AI generated. It's not real music. Daniel is the real guy that makes music. Go watch his stuff and pay for it. But
Hey, on Friday.
Yeah, Friday, new song coming out, right?
Yep.
Which that'll be tomorrow if you're listening today.
Yes.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to think of the future, but I don't know when you're watching this.
In the year 2000. Yeah.
But go check out Daniel Gavin on Spotify, Apple Music, all those things, and check that out. But I'm releasing music under the name Let It Land, based off the sermon, so Let the Sermon Land. The vision behind it is just that the sermon becomes an earworm, and so it's typically like really catchy, lighthearted songs that get stuck in your head. So anyways, hope this has helped. Lead from the front. It's not only our core value, it's what we model, and it's what we want you to do in your whole life, not just your church life, and make it part of your value system. Have a great night.
Love you guys. Bye.
Thanks for listening to the CGS podcast with your host, Chris Rathbone. We really appreciate you listening today. If you enjoyed the content, feel free to subscribe. That way you'll get notifications every time we post, which should be once a week. If you like this content and want to learn more about our church, visit citynwa.com. There you can find our full messages. Plus, if you want to plan your visit to the City Church, that's a great place to do it. Thanks for listening today. Hope you have a great day.